So that's step one, just doing a one-to-one correspondence. It's very simple. Now let's say that we want to combine two addresses. For example, over here, I'm going to take, right here I've got the first name, and here is the last name. Let's say that I wanted to put them together into one database field. So I'm going to select the first name here. I just click into the field, and then I choose Select Current Field 1. So it appears right there. Then I choose the last name by clicking into it, and then I choose Select Current Field 2. So I've got these two fields. Now I must click on the plus sign that programs it. So that says I'm going to add these two fields together. Now I have to decide what field I'm going to copy them into. I'm going to copy them into the company name field. So I click into that, and then I choose the target field. So now that's programmed. Now I have to save the formula, of course. Now this could be saved as a batch process, so you could program a number of formulas if you wanted. They don't all have to be formulas where you add two fields together. You could save this with the other formulas where you just are transferring one field to another. But once you've got that processed, once you've got that saved, then you click on the process formula. Now before I click on that, I'm just going to show you the other record. As you can see, there's nothing in this company field yet because it hasn't been transferred. So when I click on process formula, it will go through and it will just combine those two fields. So now both fields have got the name just the way that I want it. Now the third step, the third thing I'm going to demonstrate is how to divide a field. Let's say, for example, that in the database that you exported, two fields were combined together. For example, right here we've got city and name, or city and state in one field. Now I want to divide them into separate fields and put them over here in separate fields. So the way that I do that is I'm going to click on the field divider tab here, and this brings up some other controls. Let me just clear out this field right now because I don't want that just up there. All right. So now you notice that when I click on these tabs here, it changes the display up here a little bit to represent the function that we're going to do. So we're going to use the field division. So I'm going to click this field, and I'm going to click on Select Current Field 1. So it shows a sample of what the data is right here. Now I have to click on the Divide button, and the divide sign appears here. Now I'm going to choose my target fields. The first target field I'm going to select is city. Now the first target field is below the second target field because this is just this is where the button is on the other display too. So when I click select target, it puts city right there as target 1. Then I'm going to choose my second target, so I click in state and I choose select target field 2. Now I'm going to save that formula. So it demonstrates what this will look like. It's already separated the data. Now when you do division of a field, you can't batch process it. So as soon as you have it programmed, you need to just run that formula. So I'm going to click on the process formula, but before I do that, let's look at the other field. Okay, you'll see on the other field here that there's nothing in the city and state field. Okay, now when I click process formula, it's going to take, in this case, it should take Mesa and Arizona, separate them. So when I click process, okay, and there's the Rochester, Minnesota, and there's the Mesa, Arizona. So it has processed the fields and has put the X there to mark that those fields have been processed. Okay, the final example is how to put a constant data into every field. Like I've got a field right here that's called customer type. Let's say that I want to record the words new customer. Now I don't have any fields over here that say new customer, and I could have 1,000 records or whatever, it doesn't matter. So in this case, I'm just not going to select a field. I'm just going to type the words new customer into this field. And then I'm going to click the lock button. So an X will appear here to show that it's locked. Okay. Now, what field is that going to be copied to? I'm going to copy it to customer type. So I click into the field, I choose select target field 1, and it demonstrates what that will look like. Now this is another example where you can't batch process this with all the other formulas. Once you have saved this formula, okay, you need to, so I'm going to click save that formula, and I need to process it immediately, okay? And it doesn't matter whether I have 100 records or 1,000, it will go through and it will copy this. So when I do process formula, it's going to do it. Now before I do that, I'm just going to click back to the other field to show you, I'm going to click back to the other record to show you that nothing has been transferred in here yet. But when I click process formula, okay, there it has copied those consonant words into that field. And now the final step is I'm going to save the records. So, because I've got the record looking just how I want, so I click on the Save New Records button, and all of the data will be saved. So that's how to use the MagicBase Pro Import Wizard. Good luck.